catlovedreamingpeach.com.
Monday morning, just dropped my son off at his job. The first day of the second week of his 2-week job before school. And let me turn this like this a little bit. So last night at 2:19 a.m. I spoke for about an hour on a video, essentially talking about how a man is an unpaid job and a burden. And I'm not sure if I'm going to share it. I might share it for members only. I might share it publicly. And I was thinking, how so many people will take it as I'm just bitter. You're just a fat, old, ugly lady. You're just a fat, old hag. Nobody wants you anyway. So, since nobody wants you anyway, then you might as well tell yourself you don't want them. Or some cynical type of thought in that family, in that realm. You old, wrinkled up, fat, flabby hag. You has-been that will never be. But then there's going to be there might be a few men who hear what I say and think, you know what? There is a lot of truth to the fact that the majority of men are quite like that. The majority of men certainly are a burden. They have these ridiculous expectations of women to be, I saw a comment recently, especially for older men, 40, 50, 60 plus, that they are looking for a nurse or a purse, or both. They want a woman who's going to support them or make their life easier or literally just take care of them. And that's another thing at my age. Since I'm not willing to date, I'm not willing to date, first of all. And if I was going to date, I would not date somebody who's 10 plus years younger than me. And I wouldn't date somebody that was probably more than 5 years older than me. And again, I watched my own father deteriorate and become an absolute medical burden, emotional burden, a physical burden, a financial burden, a spiritual burden to my mom and all of us. And it's not that I didn't love my dad. It's that my dad sat around on his fat ass reading books and barely working and barely bringing home any money, and at the same time of bringing home no money, contributed almost nothing. He didn't cook, he didn't clean, he didn't fix shit, he didn't mow. And you know what? It's funny because yesterday in the video I was talking about how now at this new apartment, this house, I have to mow the lawn. And I said, I mowed the lawn 3 times already this month. And then I kind of chuckled to myself after, because it's like, think of that. Think about if you were a man and you mowed the lawn and you did it 3 times. You did something 3 times in a whole month, and actually believe that that's somehow an equivalent comparison of contribution. Three times a month, a thing where cooking and cleaning and dishes and laundry and driving the kids here and there and all the stuff. These are multiple times a day, daily things. And so that's why I chuckled to my little self, like imagining if I was a man in this relationship and I had mowed the lawn 3 times, and I'm like, I mowed the lawn, as if that was some kind of comparison. And I was saying it in the sense of the thing that men often claim, what about getting your oil changed? What about mowing the lawn? Well, I do that. I don't personally get my oil changed. I don't personally change my oil myself. No, I go to the fucking mechanic and he changes it. I had to get my car inspected. I did that. I had a flat tire, and me and my son got it started, and then lucky for us, there was a couple of guys doing some sidewalk work, and they ended up helping us. So was I grateful that there was a man? There was a couple of, actually it was just the one guy. Was I grateful that there was a man there to help get the tire off because it was kind of hard for me and my son? Sure, I was grateful there was a man there to help out. Does that mean I now need to have a relationship with him? No. Does it mean I have to fuck him now? Move him into my house? Marry him? Take his name? No, motherfucker. He helped us for 10 minutes and then he went on his merry fucking way. And I'm not going to have a flat tire. That's the first time I ever had a flat tire. Ever. Ever. That I can remember. In all of my 30 years of driving, that is the first time that I remember ever getting a flat tire. And, you know, so if I get another flat tire in the next 30 years, even if I get another flat tire multiple times in my life, it's not going to mean I need to fucking start dating a man, having sex with a man, going to dinner with a man, going to drinks with a man, or live with a man, or anything else. So I needed a man that one day, and it didn't have to be a man, it just had to be somebody strong enough to do it, okay? And it wasn't even for the whole day. It was just for 15 minutes. And then I took my car to the mechanic, and the mechanic fixed my tire and put it back on and took off the donut. And I paid him $44, and that was that. Again, another man that helped me. Well, I don't need to date him. I don't need to marry him. I don't need to have sex with him. I don't need to live with him. The idea that a woman needs a man in her life as some kind of permanent fixture in her house, where she used to cook and clean and do all this shit for this guy because 2-3 times a month he mows the lawn, or 2-3 times a year he does an oil change or some shit. That's absurd. He can fix things around the house. Well, so can other men or women that you don't have to fuck, date, marry, or live, or move in with, or take their name. Just because a handful of times out of the year you need a service. It's like the fact that men like literally think just because some of them can provide service once in a while, that somehow means that you should date them, fuck them, move in with them, live with them, marry them, take their name, have babies with them. Abso-fucking-lutely not, bitch. No, can do. So anyway, if you're interested in a much longer version where I talk about like personal things, then join me as a member, and I'm gonna share that video later. Mwah. See you, and we out.